one can't help but think, but there's things in the files that are inconvenient to either the administration, to Trump himself, or to people very close to Trump in his inner circle. And then that's why the documents are not being released for whatever reason.
Newly released material connected to the Jeffrey Epstein case is generating fresh debate online, and some of the details have raised new questions about past statements made by public figures. Today, we'll examine reports, documents, and claims that suggest Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump may have attended the same event at the same time, a topic that has resurfaced as more information becomes public. We'll look at what the documents reportedly show, why some observers believe these details matter, and how they connect to previous legal disputes and public denials. As with many aspects of the Epstein story, separating verified facts from speculation remains essential. So, are these newly discussed records revealing something significant, or are they being interpreted beyond what the evidence supports? Let's examine the information and see what the documents actually say. According to documents released as part of the Epstein case records, this photograph has drawn significant attention from online researchers. Visible on the image is a file identification number, and the photo appears to be associated with materials referencing Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday celebration. In the image, a man believed to be Jeffrey Epstein appears alongside Ghislaine Maxwell and several other individuals, whose identities have been redacted in the publicly released version. Because of those redactions, it is not possible to independently verify who those individuals are from the document alone. However, the photo has become a subject of discussion because it offers another glimpse into the social environment surrounding Epstein during that period. Researchers and journalists continue to examine these records, in an effort to better understand the network of relationships and individuals connected to the broader Epstein case. As with many documents released from the files, the image raises questions, but interpreting what it proves requires careful examination of the available evidence. The files also contain several photographs believed to be from the same event. In another image, Ghislaine Maxwell can be seen walking toward the camera, while a number of other individuals remain redacted in the publicly released records. Because those identities had been obscured, it's impossible to determine from the image alone who these people are or why they were included in the original file. There's also another individual partially visible at the edge of the frame, with only a hand appearing in the photograph. On their own, these images don't provide all the answers, but when viewed alongside other documents and records from the case, they offer additional context about the people present, the events taking place, and the social circles connected to Jeffrey Epstein during that period. As investigators, journalists, and independent researchers continue examining these materials, photos like these remain part of a much larger puzzle that many believe has yet to be fully understood. But the real focus here isn't the people in the photograph, it's the setting itself. Take a close look at the details in the background. Notice the distinctive spiral-shaped gold design, the ornate blue and gold accents, and the elaborate decorative features surrounding Epstein and Maxwell. At first glance, these may seem like ordinary interior design elements, but for researchers examining the Epstein files, details like these can be surprisingly important. Unique architectural features often help identify locations, verify timelines, and connect photographs to specific events or properties. That's why the background matters. The combination of the gold spiral structure, the decorative patterns, and the overall design creates a visual fingerprint that can potentially be compared with other images, records, or known locations connected to the case. In investigations like this, it's often the small details hiding in plain sight, not just the people in the frame, that can help piece together a larger story. But here's what really matters. Take a mental snapshot of those details, the gold spiral design, the blue and gold accents, all of it. Because then, this image appears. And suddenly, those background details don't look so ordinary anymore. This is Donald and Melania Trump at the Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, 1999, published in Vanity Fair. At first glance, that might not sound surprising. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were known to have moved in some of the same social circles, and reports over the years have documented interactions between them. Epstein was known to visit Mar-a-Lago, and Ghislaine Maxwell was reportedly present there as well. But if this document is authentic and accurately describes the event in question, it could add another piece of evidence to a timeline that researchers and journalists have been trying to reconstruct for years. And that's why people are paying attention to it. It's not necessarily about proving a friendship everyone already knew about. It's about verifying specific events, dates, and circumstances using newly released records. So why does this matter? Because the photo appears in materials associated with Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday celebration, the same birthday collection that has received significant public attention over the years. That collection is also known for including a controversial birthday message before the airport. The first is the central bank file. The pie in the pie wall says the crime of the mass is 4. The document has been widely discussed by journalists, commentators, and online researchers, because of its connection to Epstein and the questions it raises about the relationships and social circles surrounding him at the time. If the photo and the accompanied records are accurately connected to the same event, they could provide additional context about where the celebration took place and who may have attended. And that's exactly why researchers continue examining these documents so closely. According to reports, the birthday collection also included a message attributed to Donald Trump that has since become the subject of intense public discussion. The note reportedly read, "There must be more to life than having everything. Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Nor will I, since I also know what it is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." The message was reportedly signed Donald J. Trump and accompanied by a sketch that has generated significant media attention and debate. The document's authenticity, context, and significance have been widely discussed since it became public, making it one of the most talked about items connected to the birthday collection. What makes this even more interesting is what happened after the letter became public. When reports about the birthday message first surfaced, Donald Trump strongly denied being involved. He disputed the authenticity of the letter and rejected claims that he had contributed to Epstein's birthday collection. The dispute eventually escalated into a major legal battle, with Trump filing a lawsuit against the publication that reported on the document. However, court proceedings later brought additional attention to the issue when records reportedly surfaced that matched the description of the birthday message being discussed. As a result, the case became less about the contents of the letter itself and more about whether the reporting met the legal standards required for a defamation claim. The court ultimately dismissed the lawsuit, bringing that particular legal challenge to an end. For researchers following the Epstein story, the development was significant because it shifted the conversation back toward the documents themselves and the broader questions surrounding their authenticity, origin, and historical context. Comes nowhere close to reaching the standard of actual malice, showing the false statement was made with knowledge that it was false, or with reckless disregard of whether or not it was false. Quote, the opposite. The article explains that before running the story, defendants contacted President Trump, Justice Department officials, and the FBI for comment. President Trump responded with his denial. The Justice Department did not respond at all, and the FBI declined to comment. In short, the complaint and article confirmed that defendants attempted to investigate. The article also states that the WSJ reviewed the letter. I remember when Trump sued, and that became a huge story. A lot of people insisted there was no way the report was real, no way the image or letter could have been connected to Trump. But then this photograph surfaced, and it immediately raised new questions. Credit for bringing attention to it goes to Bekah on TikTok, who highlighted the document and the image. The file is reportedly marked as relating to Epstein's 50th birthday, and it appears to show Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at what some online commentators believe is Mar-a-Lago. The similarities in the background decor are what sparked the discussion. For critics of Trump's previous denials, this image is significant because it adds another piece of evidence to an already controversial timeline. They argue it challenges claims that certain connections were exaggerated or misrepresented. Others maintain that a photograph alone does not prove every allegation being made online. What is clear is that the image has reignited debate surrounding Epstein's social circle and the people who attended events connected to him. The discussion has become even more intense because of the earlier controversy surrounding the birthday letter and the legal battle that followed. Whether this photograph ultimately changes public opinion remains to be seen. But for many observers, it has become another reason to revisit questions that have continued to surround the Epstein case for years. The image has fueled renewed scrutiny, fresh speculation, and ongoing debate about who knew what, when they knew it, and how much of the full story has yet to emerge.